Hi everybody, my name is Leanne and welcome to this week's poetry prompt from Nottingham City of Literature. Today we're going to do concrete poetry, which is a really nice type of poetry where the content of the poem is reflected in how the poem looks on the page. So you might have seen those poems that are perhaps about angels that are in the shape of angels' wings, or a poem about a river that sort of meanders down the page. Those poems are called concrete poems. Today we're going to be writing about hands. First, what I'd like you to do is take 5 minutes on a timer and write as much as possible that you can think of about hands. Once you've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to write our hand poem. First off, take a piece of white paper and a pen colour of your choice and draw around your hand. You don't have to be too neat with this, and mine won't be very neat at all, which I'm going to blame on being left-handed, but in reality is just because I'm a bit scruffy. We can neaten this all up at the end, so that doesn't matter at all. And then, once you've gone around your whole hand, it should look something like this. Perfect. And what we're going to do now is we're going to find some of the lovely words and phrases that you did within your 5 minutes of writing about hands. And we're going to write our hand poem in our hand. So this is the way that I've chosen to write my letters in my hand, sort of down the thumb, like that. But you can write them any way you want. You can write them along the palm and up the fingertips. It's really up to you. And when you've finished, here's one I made earlier, you might have something that looks a little bit like that, which is really good fun. And then the lovely bit comes when you have to decorate the outside. So what I'd really love to see is some of your hand poems in the comments. So please do give this a go, give it a go with all your family and let me know how you get on.